What?
What's up, y'all? This is a response to my girl Mtamorphis. She asked the question, what the heck is wrong with kids today? And I promised my wife I would not start this video without her, because she was like, ooh, I got a lot to say about that.
You're right.
But yeah, I think a lot is wrong with some children. There are some children that still are pretty respectful, and they know the deal, they know how to get ahead, and they know that they'll need help later and not to burn bridges and stuff like that. But there are some kids who buy into the hype of, I guess they struggle with that entitlement thing. They feel like they should get stuff, and when they don't get it, they just, are, what you looking for?
I see a piece of hair on your glasses. It's on the inside. Ooh, there's some on my nail. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's on my finger. Okay. It's gone.
I don't know why they couldn't have it, but anyway. Now all the women will be like, well, she was trying to help.
Right.
All the men was like, that could have waited. Anyway, well, let me let you go first. What do you think was wrong with children's today?
I don't want to talk about it.
Then why you want to make me
wait? Talk about it. I'll talk.
Oh, so you just gonna interrupt?
Like, yeah.
All right, cool. I made this video before, but I erased it because I was looking kind of crusty this morning. So
this morning. I love you.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I think that kids, there's a huge group of kids who have a sense of entitlement. Now, let me say it like this. Well, let me just finish that thought. They have a sense of entitlement. That means that they have been given too much too early, so they feel like the stuff that they accumulate, they ought to have. They are entitled to it for some strange reason, which is no reason. And then when you don't give them that stuff that they're used to getting, you become the enemy. And when that is not combated with strong parental walls and constant parameters, they can get buck wild, and then they'll blame you.
That's true.
Now the only, the final word of it is the word of God, and the word of God tells you to beat them kids down. I don't care who wants to wash that off as abuse. The word of God says to beat them kids down. Now, I'm not talking about beat them with the bones are broken, because everybody want to go to the extreme with that. I'm just talking about let them know that they, give them a constant reminder that when they hit the wall, they're supposed to get beat down. When you tell your parent who's been feeding you and clothing you what you gonna do, my eyes are red.
I know.
Dang.
So you must have got soap in there. Or you sleepy?
I think it's the latter. My pastor said, now pastor and his wife are globetrotters. They go around the globe a lot. And they said kids are the same all around the world. It's the quality of parenting that has changed. He said they've been in places where they couldn't understand a word the parent and the child were saying, but you can tell that the kid was trying to scheme to do something. And he said that's the same all around the world, all across the globe. And he said the consistent thing needs to be that the parents need to have that united front, and strong parameters. And if you keep those things up, that kid will get more and more straight and more and more narrow. Now, that's in a perfect world. But when you have a child, what about the child who, is too old for that? The child who thinks that they've already solidified in their idea of this is the way I am. then that child has chosen to let the world be their teacher, and the world's going to be their instructor, and the world has never had a failing student. Every time they go out there to do something, they are ill prepared, and it's going to show like crazy that they're ill prepared. And then every bridge they try to come back to is going to be burned. It's going to be on an island. Now, that's the beauty of having two parents. The beauty of having two parents is one is more of a nurturer and one is more of a security guard. And that one that's a security guard is the one who makes sure that we don't get back to this situation again. We don't ever want to get back to a situation where we are bailing you out over and over and over. The whole goal is for you to not to get in a position where you need to be bailed out. I'm not trying to say that family, you don't help out family, but what I am trying to say is your family shouldn't be your bailout. Shouldn't be President Obama and bailing out banks all the time. Because a lot of kids like to have fun, and just come home to get help, and then go back out and have fun. That's the definition of a fool. But so to answer your question, I know that was a long way to answer your question. There's a lot of things that go into the pot that makes children something like wrong with children, and one of the reasons is what they're putting inside of their hearts. What are they watching on TV? What are they listening to? A lot of that stuff makes a child rebellious. I mean, because if you look at it, when we were children back in the 70s, television went off. They rarely said the level 2 cuss words, like the H word and the A word. Rarely. Now you can find all kinds of words on TV, and it's all out in the blatant open. And you could tell that a society watches TV because they always try to mimic it. They're always trying to be it. So everything that you see children do now is what they've been seeing on TV, and people know that. And which goes back to the parents and parental parameters. But if you let that escape and you let that prolong, then you're gonna have a buck wild child. And then you have a buck wild child who scales the parental walls. Then you have a child who goes out into the world and has to learn things the hard way. I hope, did that make sense? Am I making sense?
You're making sense. You're making a lot of sense.
Okay. So, last thing I say is this. If you have a young child or you have a little baby, it's important that little cute little thing knows that it has parameters. Those parameters that you won't budge from. You're not gonna, you may hurt the child's feelings, but you are investing in that child's future so that they'll know that, mom and pops ain't dealing with this. If you have an adolescent, don't let your adolescent say little things to you and get away with it, because they gonna think that's cute and they gonna keep doing it. Don't be scared to pop them legs. They cute little fat little legs, but that's why they fat. That's why God made them fat, to pop them. And they may cry. They'll get over it. What? If you have a not a toddler, but what's the stage after toddler? That preteen, single digit age. You have your parameters have to be strong during that age, because they just loose energy, and then you have to repeat yourself a lot, because those children are not thinking. They're just going off inertia of energy, like a snowball rolling down the hill. They just gain speed the more you let them roll. So you need to guide that ball. Then you have preteens where they are balls of energy that think, and then you have to appeal to their intellect and say. And I'm not an expert. I'm just saying. But you have to. What was that for?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You have to appeal to their intellect as well as appeal to the physical. Because sometimes when you explain it to a child that, no, you can't do that because we're not doing that, and they try it anyway, then you gotta go for what you know. And then here comes the stage that not everybody, but most parents had the most trouble. And that's the teenage stage, when they're trying to find their identity. They're trying to find out where they fit in and all of that. They don't realize that they're unique and their personality makes room for them. And they feel like they need to be somebody else's personality to fit in and all that little silliness. And that's energy plus thinking plus the desire to want to be accepted. So they'll just try any old thing. But a child that has parameters back in the toddler age, they've been trained not to go outside these parameters. So whatever was in their parameters, they'll try that, but they won't go outside of that. See, but women or girls mature faster than boys, so they tend to get into their stride faster than a boy. A boy really doesn't mature until he's about 24.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the kid, everybody's different, but generally speaking, 24 is when the boy says, you know what? Either they say, I'm so glad I listened to my parents because I'm so much further along, and I'm really starting to see what this world is about. Or they'll say, I really wish I would have listened to my mama and my dad because they knew what they were talking about, because it's freaking hard out here.
Right.
And I'm too old to be asking for loans. So it all falls back on us parents on how we give parameters and stuff like that. But if you do have a teenager who just is out cold and out there, you gotta let them experience life. You gotta give them the Christopher Columbus type of raising. You gotta let them discover America. And eventually when they get out there and they get busted, they'll come back. And then hopefully they'll mature, and then they're not just coming back just because they need help. Okay, so I hope that helped. I hope everybody out there understands what I meant. I hope I wasn't rambling, and I hope I didn't die.
What, you didn't ramble?
Are you saying I did ramble?
When don't you ramble?